Crew, team, friends. What were these things? To a space virus, knowing little but the vast unknown. Nothing. They simply meant nothing. Yet, when that ship was torn from the sky, shattered amongst the stars, those were the final thoughts of its crew. Friendship. What was friendship? He decided he had to find out for himself. And so he traveled the cosmos, crossing worlds and dimensions, searching for that very same thing. The one he watched fall. He had a team. They shared a common goal. Perhaps he himself needed the same, in order to learn these lessons he sought. So he'd assembled a team, of Pokemon from far and wide, from all walks of life. A famous magician. A trio left wandering a broken world. A former champion who once stood beside a great hero. 3 cheerful souls, relaxing together in a lush field, and a mischievous trickster. Souls who would have never come together without his intervention. But now, they were a team.
Hi, hello. It's unfortunately post-com crap. I don't even know what happened this time. I have no excuse. I don't know. I checked. The mic was plugged in. No settings have changed on my recording software. I don't know why my audio didn't record, but it didn't. So here we are. You get rambling crap who isn't good at doing post-com. I hate doing post-com, but here we are. I'm just going to try to talk over the battle. I have not scripted or planned this because this video is supposed to be out already. Yeah. But yeah, so the entire game plan here was basically for just Kingdra to win, essentially. So like every play I go for this game, minus a couple where I just played stupid, was basically just, I want Kingdra to win. I do apologize for no team builder for this week 1, by the way. It took me a long time to get the animations done, because A, I procrastinated because I'm stupid, but also, just some of the animations I was doing were a lot more complicated and took my computer a long time to render. That's why you only see one done in Blender, one portal done in Blender, because I thought my computer was going to die. But yeah, we go into Corv, because Corv switches into this thing always without any trouble. Rocks do go up, which is a bit of a shame, but honestly, they don't really hinder my win con that much here. I thought about defogging, but Raikou coming in is yeah, look at my team. There's no switch-ins. I have 3 water types and a Corviknight. So I was not happy letting Raikou just come in for free. So excuse me, my goodness. I ultimately decided to go for a U-turn here. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Did I U-turn? I think I U-turned. We'll find out together. Because I don't remember what happened yesterday, let alone last week when I did this battle. Yeah, okay, I sure did U-turn. So yeah, the Raikou comes in here. I like the name Drager, by the way. And we just get a nice free U-turn out. I think I go Deoxys here. I should really stop getting ahead of myself, guys. I don't know what's going on. Oh, post-com. I'm so... That's all I have to say. Ugh. I believe I did go Deoxys here, though, because Deoxys... Well, Deoxys guaranteed outspeeds unless there's Scarf, specifically. And it gives me some good chip off. Honestly, what I really should have done was gone Deoxys and put up my rocks, but I didn't go for rocks. I don't know why. I'm getting ahead of myself. Very long pause. I'm not gonna skip over the pauses. Last time I tried to do that, I lost my place, and then the audio got all weird, and then I decided to just not do the post-com. Yeah. But yeah, I do like the set though. The set, this Deoxys was quite cool, as it always outspeeds a +1 gouging fire, so I can Meteor Beam it. Meteor Beam isn't a guaranteed KO. I would need a little bit of chip first, but not a ton of chip. Depends on their investment and everything, of course. But anyway, so we go Deoxys here. and I sure click a button. How do people do post-con? What do I say? How do I keep this interesting? Probably if I cut around, but I'm not doing that, so here we are. I believe I ultimately decided to focus blast here because I figured Tinkaton was the thing that made the most sense to come in on this. And Tinkaton was kind of the main thing I needed chip on for Kingdra to just win the game. That and like a tiny bit of chip on Greninja. They do reveal that they're Scarfed here, which is pretty cool. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense to me because I have one electric switch in on my whole team, or immunity. It didn't come. There's no Ursaluna in this one. Also, fun fact, I didn't realize until after I was done animating everything in Blender that I forgot to make a little intro thing for Corviknight. So Corviknight's just there. I'm not going back to redo it. This video's already going to be maybe late. Oh boy. Anyway, we do just go hardcore here after missing a Focus Blast, because of course I missed a Focus Blast. It's me. We all know I missed Focus Blast. We go back into Corp, which is still just a completely free bring into this Tinkaton. Like, Tinkaton can't really ever do anything to me. They do get a Thunder Wave off, which is like a bit of a shame. Doesn't really matter though, because I'm already slower than everything. And it guarantees a slow U-turn, which is kind of cool. Assuming I, don't get full parried. But this is me. Surely I get full parried 17 times in a row, right? Totally, yeah, woo! Whoa. I should really cut around this, but I'm not going to. I need to stop saying that, because it breaks the immersion. I don't know. The play here was always to U-turn again. I kept being really, really tempted to go for the defog to get rid of rocks. But like I said, rocks don't really hinder me like that badly. And I think just keeping momentum and keeping my positioning good is what ultimately matters a lot more here. Thankfully, we do get the U-turn off, so we were able to get Corviknight out of there in front of Gouging Fire. Unironically, if I'd been full parried there, this Gouging Fire would have been a huge problem. But we do get to go out into Purdy this season. There's always the Purdy. What was that? Oh, gosh. I apologize if the audio sounds weird, by the way. My pop filter broke. I'm currently having to, like, hold it in place with my hand. So if you hear weird noises, that's why. We do get to show off the tech here. As the Gouging Fire Dragon dances in front of us, we get to hit it with a nice little chilling water, which does, like, no damage, which is very funny. I know it's not a strong move, but, like, come on, it's rain boosted. But either way, the Gouging basically can't ever 1v1 me, especially because with the rain up, it can't even get a good morning sun. I kind of, like, had a... I don't know. I don't know what I did this turn. I don't know where my brain was, but I was like, if they just keep trying to, like, outlive the rain by, like, going for DD into, like, morning sun or something, my pop filter fell off. 1 second. Professional, guys, totally. There we go. My audio sounded weird for a second. My pop filter fell off. Oopsie. Pain. But either way, the Tinkaton comes in, and I was like, I've seen, a large majority of this mon's moves. It doesn't have anything to threaten my Politoed, like, at all. So realistically, if they double into Raikou, which makes a lot of sense because I've gone into Corviknight every single time on this thing, then I get the chip I need on it for Kingdra, or I get the chip I need on this thing for Kingdra. So either way, just clicking a Weather Ball was, like, super, super free and gave me a lot of progress here. And I actually get a turn right. a prediction right, I should say. I've got some turns right, but yeah, I actually made the right prediction for once and hit it with a nice Weather Ball, which does a ton of damage. I have no investment in this Politoed. That's just rain boost. Politoed's great. People don't give Politoed enough credit. I know Pelipper is, like, objectively the better Mon, but look, come on, look at her. Look at Politoed. Come back on the screen, Politoed. I'm trying to glaze you. Come back on the screen. I just love Politoed. It's so cute, and it's so fun, and it gets good moves. I'm losing my mind. This is what happened when I post-con, guys. I don't know what else to say as I'm waiting for the turn to take over here. Hi, how's everyone's day? Tell me in the comments. I don't know. Why is that always my go-to and I don't know what to say? I'm engagement farming, guys, totally. That's totally what I'm doing, and I'm not just anxious and awkward and don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I was considering staying in here, and I was like, I live a Volt Switch always. I'm just going to Weather Ball again. And, thankfully, because Politoed is awesome, Pelipper could never live that. But Politoed takes the Volt Switch just fine, and they now have to switch something into another Rain-boosted Weather Ball. So I was pretty darn satisfied with this turn. And if I remember correctly, I think this is Greninja that comes in, right? Yeah, this is Greninja, which was perfect, because this is the only other Mon I needed potentially a little bit of chip on for Kingdra. So at this point, we're basically the moment Kingdra hits the field, I'm probably just winning. It'd be nice to get a little bit of chip on the Tinkaton first, just to guarantee the kill, because if it's just max HP, I can kill from full, because I'm Specs Terra Water in the rain, obviously. If not, or, if it has, like, some Spadef, it would likely not kill. So I need just that little bit of chip on the Tinkaton to guarantee it. But, thankfully, we have my Assault... You're Assault Vest, right? I think this... Yeah, this was Assault Vest. Assault Vest Volcanion here. Taking a lot due to the rocks and the Life Orb Dark Pulse, but not enough to die to the next one. And at this range, I am... Am I modest? This is what happens when I don't do a team builder. If I remember correctly, regardless of what my nature was, because I'm stupid, I'm pretty sure I was modest. But Steam Eruption in the Rain here would always kill this thing. So they kind of just had to pick a sack here. Like, whatever switches in, it's almost certainly dying. So, yeah. I love Volcanion. I've actually... Some of you who have been around the channel for a while know, but I've actually used Volcanion, Kingdra, and Politoed together in a league before. Shout out to my silly animation in the beginning. I kind of teased to that. But, yeah, I used them on the same team before. And, I made it to semis in that league, and then lost to a para. Hopefully that's not an omen. Hopefully that's not an omen for what's going to happen here. But right now, we just get to watch a Volcanion do 1,000,000,000% to this poor Squeezing. I was pretty happy to get rid of the Squeezing as well, because this just opens up Meow to click buttons completely for free. I mean, obviously, like, Tinkaton is still there, but again, we want Tinkaton coming in to take chips, that way Kingdra can beat it later. So, yeah. I think I considered switching here, so because I was like, I didn't want to let Raikou in for free again. But ultimately, just killing the Squeezing made a lot more sense. Because, again, I want to open up Meow, and obviously, Meow's already kind of opened up because the thing has, like, 2 HP, but still. There's also the risk of it, like, pain splitting if I decided to switch, that sort of thing. So I figured just going for the KO makes the most sense. We get a nice little Sludge Bomb KO from the... Words help from Volcanion here on the Squeezing. Volcanion looks... Sorry, the camera angle for Volcanion always cracks me up because he just takes up the whole screen. He's not even that big. He just takes up the whole screen. Such a cool mon, though. I'm so glad to use Volcanion again. Both times I've drafted him, it's been on a rain team. Which kind of makes sense, because he's a fire type that functions in rain. Kind of, sort of, at least. But, I don't know where I was going with that. The Azelf comes in here. Was this Terra Electric? I don't remember what Terra this thing was. I'm sure I said it in the original comp, but, you know, that didn't get recorded. I didn't have a chance to love this Thunderbolt depending on their item. I believe I found out after the fact they were Expert Belt. So it was, like, a pretty heavy roll in their favor. Either way, I was super fine with Volcanion going down there, just because it gave me an opportunity to go Meow and start doing exactly what I wanted Meow to do, which is get chip on the Tinkaton and whatever else wants to switch in. We're also, of course, Scarf, so if they were, like, a Battle Bond Greninja, we could always outspeed and revenge afterwards. Because wasn't this Azelf Terra? I think it was, because I think it was Azelf and Greninja that could Terra, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was Terra Water Greninja in this matchup. I'm trying to remember things. That's not my strong suit. I'm just going to click U-turn with my funny cat. Okay, I should stop humming the music. That's probably going to be really out of sync and sound terrible. So yeah, the Tinkaton comes back in, and we start the mini game of how much chip can we get on Tinkaton before Kingdra enters. Obviously, the U-turn does, like, almost nothing, but even almost nothing is enough to help Kingdra along, so I was completely fine making that play. Fun fact, because it's happened to me so many times, I was really expecting this to be, like, Air Balloon Pickpocket, just to steal my Choice Scarf. That's happened so many times when I go against a Tinkaton with Meow. Shout out to DDL, but it happened to me twice, and I lost finals because of it. That's not an upload league. That's a showdown. That league's really cool. Shout out to all of those guys. So yeah, we're just going to continue the same play we've been making basically all game with this Corviknight. We just click. I think I clicked U-turn, right? I don't think I ever actually clicked Defog. I think I considered it about 5 times and never clicked it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We do indeed go for another U-turn here. And we actually get some chip on the Azelf, which is great, because obviously at the time I was like, this Azelf could very well be Sash. I don't really know. So getting to break that potential shaft, what? Getting to break a potential Sash was great. I didn't need chip on this unless it was Sash for Kingdra, because Kingdra is Kingdra. But this was also another opening for Meow, which was big because it basically keeps that spin cycle going, that loop of just getting constant chip over and over again. Now, funny enough, I don't remember what it was I was, like, mildly freaking out about. But I'm pretty sure this is the turn that, I just fat-fingered my controller while I was, like, trying to calc something, and I accidentally clicked Flower Trick. Yep, there it was. Funny enough, this actually helped me, because from this range, unless this Tinkaton was Assault Vest, it was now guaranteed to always be in range of Kingdra. So this was a total misplay that could not have worked out better. Oh no, guys, I crit. So at this point, I was like, I'm probably going to have to sack him on, because the Raikou coming in is super, super obvious, but I don't want to risk Meow staying in and just, like, losing it for no reason. Because in the off chance that Kingdra doesn't kill everything, Scarf Meow is the fastest Mon in the matchup and can revenge basically everything on the field. And we always have Deoxys to outspeed a +1 Gouging Fire in the back as well. So, like, as long as I kept those 2 Mons alive for an eventual, like, uh-oh, oopsie endgame, I was fine. So we once again went right back into Corviknight. Just taking all the rocks chip. Just taking the Gigaton Hammer chip. Corviknight doing what he does best. Little Crow Feather here. Taking hits and refusing to die. And you already know what button I'm clicking. It's another U-turn. That's the only button I click on Corviknight. I love Corviknight. This mod exists to be annoying. They once again swap out into the Raikou, which I was super fine with, because like, this is a great opportunity just to get Meow in again and keep up the pressure. But they wait for it. Finally get the full parrot. So at this point, I kind of had a decision to make. I was like, something is going to die this turn, no matter what I do. It can't be Meow, and it can't be Deoxys. So at this point, I was just super, super fine sacking my Politoed, because at this point, Kingdra can come in and just sweep the game. Like, from the moment Kingdra hits the field now, unless something crazy happens, the game's over. So I get in Purdy, get my Rain up with my Damp Rock active and all that good stuff. I sack Purdy to the Raikou here, which just locks into Thunderbolt, which is totally fine. And from this point, I get to send out one of my favorite Mons ever drafted, my like 2nd or 3rd favorite Terra Captain I've ever drafted. It is Kingdra time! I don't know why I did that. I've been watching... You know, I lied. I know exactly why I did that. I've been watching The Legend of Vox Machina lately. And it amuses me the way that Scanlan does all of his spell. I'm a D&D nerd, can you tell? I think that's where that came from. Total side tangent. Anyway, Kingdra's in. And I'm just going to click Terra Water Weather Ball, because there's literally nothing that... My pop filter just broke even more. I can't even hold it anymore. I have to actually hold it with my hand. Okay, this is awkward. I need to fix this pop filter. That's not good. This audio might be scuffed, but oh well. Everything about this video is already scuffed. Even the animation. I had to rush some of it, because my PC wanted to, like, die when I tried to do some of it. We click Weather Ball number 1 from Little Ol' Shiverstorm. My MVP from CMM... Was that Season 5? That's Season 4. From a season of CMM. Here is the Tinkaton, which we knew was always in range at this point of a Weather Ball. There was no reason to click anything else, or just... Oh, also, I can't have specs, but no reason to swap or anything. We just click another Terra Water Weather Ball, and watch the Tinkaton get deleted. Oh, I love Kingdra so much. This one's awesome. If it's shiny as purple, so that automatically makes it better, because purple is the best color. If you deny it... See, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but purple is the best color. Now, I did take a... Okay, I took less time than I thought. I remember thinking, like, in the battle, I was like, if this is, like, max Spadef, it could live, but it, like, doesn't matter. Yeah, so we just click another Weather Ball, and I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen. In the next 2 turns, we're going to click 2 more Weather Balls. Oh, goodness. Now, my opponent did have, like, a Rillaboom drafted. I'm really surprised they didn't bring it into my team. Because, like, it really helps check, like, a Deoxys that's setting up. It helps check, my Rain Mode, even my Ursaluna that's in the back. So I was, in the back, on the bench. Didn't come this week, you know what I mean. So I was really surprised not to see Rillaboom, because it kind of just let Kingdra do this. Because they're only water resist, if I remember correctly, were Rillaboom and Greninja. And Greninja is not a real water resist. That one dies to, like, a light breeze. So Shiver Storm is going to click one more Weather Ball here, and that is the game over. Everyone, please make sure to go check out my opponent in the description below. And of course, all of the other MDL coaches. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye!